We were heading into this minus 22-degree freezer to test the thermal's insulating powers.
It is pretty cold in here. I don't know what temperature it is, but you can see the steam coming out of our mouths as we're talking.
With our temperatures monitored by a St John's medic, we'd be in the freezer for 2 hours. Whoever's core temperature dropped the lowest would be eliminated.
Rotate, guys, rotate.
Oh, yeah, rotate.
Because of the freezer element.
I'm going to the cold zone.
If anyone's temperature dropped below 35 degrees, hypothermia would set in. That's why we had to wear extra clothes, because base layers keep you warm in 2 ways.
You've got your fleeces and your outer layers on top, which trap that warm air and circulate it around the body. And secondly, it's all about wicking away moisture from your skin as soon as possible to stop you getting cold and chilly.
My Marmot's coconut fibres have the surface area the same as 1.5 football pitches. They wick away the sweat before it turns cool on your skin.
My Keelers also focus on wicking to keep me warm.
The polyester fabric is woven into a star pattern to speed up moisture removal. There's no insulation as such, so I'm relying on the layering to do the job.
It was definitely all about the layers for me.
Because in the merino wool are little air pockets that trap the warm air within the thermals themselves, so it creates a layer within a layer, if you know what I mean.
My Odins have a special mesh to keep my vital areas warm.
And the inner mesh, it's very interesting, this is made of something called a thermic tube technology, which mimics the fur of polar bears.
Each strand of the mesh is hollow, trapping warm air inside it and adding extra insulation.
So how did the thermals do as the temperature dropped and dropped?
Well, despite an initial drop of a degree, my Marmots rallied to keep me pretty warm.
Which is more than can be said for me in my budget Keelers. I was hovering consistently around the hypothermic 35-degree zone.
Amazingly, in my Mammoths, I was actually getting hotter the longer I spent in the freezer.
And despite leaking heat through my bald head, the polar bear-like Odins were doing a good job of keeping me at a fairly consistent temperature.
2 hours were up. There was to be no winner here, just one loser. The coldest one of us would be eliminated.
But which one of us was ejected from the icebox?
Well, dropping to a lowly 35.2 degrees, and remember that 35 degrees is a state of hypothermia, it was John Bentley!
Oh, I didn't feel cold at all.
First sign of hypothermia, absolutely.
Here it is!
You're implying I'm cold-blooded. What, some sort of reptile? It's very worrying, I think.
What was really interesting was that my temperature in the fridge increased. I don't know whether it's because I was surrounded by such a bunch of handsome men, or perhaps it was the fact that my thermals were